Sound check, sound check. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As everyone is aware, today, the 22nd of June 2020, is the first anniversary of the Imphal Peace Museum. On behalf of Manipur Tourism Forum and Second World War Imphal Campaign Foundation, I would like to extend my warm welcome to everyone who is present here and who is present over the technological video conferences. To begin the ceremony, may I now request everyone to please take a chair. Please join me in welcoming the Commissioner Tourism, Government of Manipur, Sri Deves Deval, IAS, and Director Tourism, Sri W. E. Bohol Singh, MCS, with a huge round of applause. Before we start, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take few moments in highlighting the presence of His Excellency Satoshi Suzuki-san, Ambassador of Japan to India, Yohei Sasakawa-san, Chairman, Nippon Foundation, and Shuichi Ono-san, the President of the Sasakawa Peace Foundation, from New Delhi and Tokyo respectively, over this technological virtual interface. Please join me in welcoming them too with a big round of applause. On behalf of Imphal Peace Museum, I welcome all our media fraternity, people around the globe who are watching this live stream, friends, well-wishers, audience from Tokyo, Okinawa, and from various parts of the globe. I welcome you once again. I would like to now request our founder president to please facilitate the Commissioner Tourism, Sri Deves Deval, with lapel and lengyan. Our founder president, Dr. W. Thangsam, facilitating Commissioner Tourism, Sri Deves Deval. Thank you, sir. I would like to request President of Manipur Tourism Forum, Mr. Krishnan, to please facilitate Sri W. Ibol Singh, MCS, Director Tourism. I would like to request the Secretary of Manipur Tourism Forum, Mr. Harjit Sinam, to please facilitate our founder president and the present president. Secretary, Manipur Tourism Forum, facilitating the founder president of Manipur Tourism Forum, Dr. W. Thangsam. And Mr. Harjit facilitating our present president, Mr. Krishnan. Now, to start the program, we have the launching of the Imphal Peace Museum official website. This website was developed under the assistance an effort of the former Secretary of Manipur Tourism Forum, Mr. Hobum Joyremba. I would like to request our Honorable Special Guest, Sir Deves Devil, IAS, Commissioner Tourism, to please officially announce the launching of the official website of Imphal Peace Museum. Mr. Joyremba, will you please bring the over here and sir, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. We have now a welcome speech by the former Secretary, Manipur Tourism Forum, Mr. Hobum Joyremba Singh. I would like to request Mr. Hobum Joyremba Singh to please come on the podium.
Good morning, everyone present here. Good morning, whoever is present on the technology platform. It was exactly 365 days from today, the 22nd of June 2019, that Manipur witnessed one of the most historic events in the history of the world, not only for Manipur. It was on this place, on this particular day last year, that the Imphal Peace Museum was opened. Today is indeed a proud moment for all of us, and especially for the Manipur Tourism Forum and the Imphal Campaign Foundation, to have achieved such a feat of establishing one of the best examples and a monument signifying that peace ultimately triumphs. And this stands as a tribute to all those who laid down their lives and to all those who witnessed and were a part of this great battle. Today, the 22nd of June 2020, is another milestone of reaching and celebrating the first anniversary of the Imphal Peace Museum. The pandemic has created havoc and have not left any part of the globe unaffected. Yet, COVID-19 cannot stop us in celebrating this event. Though we cannot be assembled together under the single roof of this museum, technology has brought all of us together under a single platform. On this auspicious occasion, I would express my wholehearted welcome to all the people present physically as well as over the internet. I welcome Mr. Deves Debal, the Commissioner of Tourism, Commerce Industries, Government of Manipur, who have come down here for this auspicious occasion and gracing this ceremony. I express my sincere welcome to Mr. Ibohol, Director of Tourism, Government of Manipur, who has been with us for the last so many months and years together in bringing up this museum as a grand success. I would like to welcome the chairman, Mr. Yohei Sasakawa, who is present online over the internet, the chairman of the Nippon Foundation, the recipient of the Nehru Peace Award, a person whose philanthropic activities has brought a remarkable change in the world. His work in leprosy cannot be ignored, and it will remain etched in the history of the world. He has been instrumental by funding for the Imphal Peace Museum, and whose effort and dedication has made this museum a reality. I would also like to express my warm welcome to Mr. Suchi Onasan of the Sasakawa Peace Foundation. His untiring efforts, his belief in us, his undeniable trust in human relationship, and his unending, unrelentless effort to make this museum has made us to see this museum as a grand reality. I would also like to welcome His Excellency, the Ambassador of Japan to India, Mr. Satoshi Suzuki-san, the Ambassador of Japan to India, and has visited Imphal very recently. The last three predecessors of Satoshi Suzuki-san has visited Imphal many times in many occasions during the commemoration and during the Shanghai Festival. We are very, very thankful to the Embassy of Japan, and through their visit, we could concretize on this concept of bringing this museum as a place for peace to the world as a tribute to all those who laid down their lives. I express my welcome to Kazuki Oshiro-san, the former director of Haberu Cultural Center, Okinawa. He has visited Manipur many number of times with members of the Sasakawa Peace Foundation. Special mention, Yui Nakamura-san and Ayako Takahashi-san. Without them, the museum that we see today would not have come up. I welcome Oshiro-san, Yui Nakamura-san of the Sasakawa Peace Foundation, and Ayako Takahashi-san of the Sasakawa Peace Foundation to this historic event. I express my warm welcome to all the artists who will be performing live. And this live is going to be very, very historic. It was never attempted. A live performance in the scale of collaboration, playing music from different parts of the globe is going to be very historic, though very challenging. And how can I miss the most important person, Mr. Thangzam Dabli? We call him the Godfather, a recipient who has been honored by the Japanese government. He is awarded one of the highest awards by the Embassy of Japan. Our Honorable President, and he's the chairman of the construction committee, who has been instrumental in bringing up this museum, just like his own baby from day one till today, untiring and looking after and taking care in every steps. I welcome our president, Mr. Krishnan, the vice president, Mr. Kunjabihari, our secretary, Mr. Harzit, our treasurer, Tamogokul, our former vice president, Mr. Surjit, and all my fellow members of the Manipur Tourism Forum and Imphal Campaign Foundation, and especially my warm welcome to, again, our MC today, Mr. Rajeshwar, who is the president of the Imphal Campaign Foundation. Also, I cannot miss Mr. Suresh Huidrom, who has been instrumental in bringing up and shaping up this museum to an extent of world class. He has received so many awards just for this museum itself, and we are proud to have him under our umbrella. Once again, I welcome everyone gathered under this roof of the Imphal Peace Museum, and also all the delegates, special invitees who are present live, and also to the thousands of viewers on our Imphal Peace Museum website and the YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Hawam Joyremba, former secretary of Manipur Tourism Forum. Now I would like to request the founder president of Manipur Tourism Forum, Sri Dr. Thangzam Dabli, to share the keynote address. Please, sir.
Good morning, everyone. His Excellency Satoshi Suzuki-san, Ambassador of Japan in India, Sri Devesh Dewan, Commissioner, Department of Tourism, Government of Manipur, Yohei Sasakawa-san, Chairman, the Nippon Foundation, Suichi Ono-san, President, Sasakawa Peace Foundation, Sri W. Bal Singh, Director, Tourism, Government of Manipur, the participants of International Concert for Peace, who are going to give a performance, a cultural performance during this online program. And it's going to be from two different places in the world. One is from Okinawa, Japan, another Imphal, Manipur in India. But I would also like to mention the Sri Kazuki Oshiro-san, that during the welcome address, Joyramba has already mentioned this name, who was one of our advisors in the final shaping of this Imphal Peace Museum, and who had made multiple visits to Imphal, stayed long in Imphal to complete the project. I would also mention the names of those participants from Nippon Foundation and also from Sasakawa Peace Foundation who are participating in this online program. Friends from media, distinguished invitees and guests, members of Second World War Imphal Campaign Foundation, and also my colleagues from the Manipur Tourism Forum. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all to this first anniversary of the Imphal Peace Museum. Because of the COVID-19 situation, we have been compelled to hold this function online and have also restricted the attendees to only a select few. I'm very grateful to the organizing committee for having made the necessary technical arrangement for online streaming of this event and for seating arrangement done here to maintain physical distancing. I would take the name of Mr. Joyramba, who had taken all the pains of setting up this, whatever is necessary for this online event to be a successful one. Imphal Peace Museum, which was inaugurated last year on 22nd June, has been the outcome of joint effort of Manipur Tourism Forum and Second World War Imphal Campaign Foundation. We remain grateful to the support received from the Japanese Embassy in India, the Nippon Foundation, and Sasakawa Peace Foundation. We also thank the Tourism Department, Government of Manipur, for providing this plot of land for the construction of this museum. For all of us who had been involved with this peace museum, right from the conceptualization stage, the construction activities, and finally towards the completion, the journey has been a tremendous experience and an educative one. Whoever had been associated with this museum carry with them some of the fondest memories too. The concept of museum has changed worldwide, and in many countries, museums are now witnessing fast-paced changes. The changes brought about by the rising expectations, advancing technologies, and increasing competition from the past-time alternatives. The museums have no choice but to keep re-evaluating and redefining their roles and keep up with the expectations of the people. Museums have always been considered as the storehouse of knowledge and keepers of cultural heritage. Our responsibility towards Imphal Peace Museum will be to transform and maintain it as a cultural institution that truly inspire, educate, and nourish minds and to make visits a pleasant and memorable experience. It is hoped that this museum will serve its purpose in a variety of ways which will go beyond what happens on casual cursory visits, although we know that even a short visits in a place like this can become moments of powerful inspiration. It is my hope and expectation that Imphal Peace Museum will play an active and effective educational role, helping visitors to understand how our land unknowingly got caught in some of the fiercest battles of World War II, and how we all should be striving towards world peace. Imphal Peace Museum, as we all agree, will be more about the celebration of peace. Before the COVID 19 pandemic and the subsequent lockdown restrictions happened, we had observed an increase in popularity of this Imphal Peace Museum among our own people. Apart from the local visitors, we also notice an increase in the number of visitors from outside the state who had kept a visit to this museum as one of their tour plans. We already have plans for improvement of Imphal Peace Museum and for maintaining future viability, relevance, and sustainability. We are grateful to Sasakawa Peace Foundation for their generosity in providing us the necessary support towards this. Immediately upon improvement in the present COVID situation, we would start working, execute our plan in a proper way. The Imphal Peace Museum is very close to our heart. The COVID pandemic has affected us all in one way or the other, but as we observe the first anniversary of Imphal Peace Museum online, it has once again reunited us all towards our common objective of promoting it to the world to see. My sincerest gratitude goes to the distinguished attendees on this online function who have spent some time with us, their valuable time, by joining us from different places in the world. With all the inspirations gained from the exchanges, I'm sure that we all would work together to bring Imphal Peace Museum to new heights in the coming years. Before I close my speech, let me thank the government of Japan for recognizing our small contribution by honoring me the Order of the Rising Sun, Gold and Silver Rays. Though the recognition has come in my name, I would like to share it with my colleagues and the organization and give credit to all whosoever has given contribution to this, the activity towards bringing peace in the world. On this note, may I wish the first anniversary observation of the Imphal Peace Museum a great success and everyone here an insightful experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. The first anniversary represents the culmination of months of perseverance and hard work. It is a pinnacle landmark. It is a prominent milestone on the road to further accomplishment. To inspire us and mark this occasion today, we have as our special guest a person who is not only an administrator but someone who has supported the Imphal Peace Museum from inception. I'm absolutely delighted to present the special guest, the pedestal of Manipur Tourism, the Director of Tourism, Mr. W. Ebol Singh, MCS. Please, sir.
Good morning, all. His Excellency Satoshi Suzuki, Ambassador of Japan to India, Sri Yohei Sasakawa, Chairman Nippon Foundation, Sri Hono, President of Sasakawa Peace Foundation, Japan, Sri Devesh Deval IS, Commissioner cum Secretary Tourism, Government of Manipur, Dr. Thangjan Dhavali Singh, Founder, Manipur Tourism Forum, Sri K.S. Krishnan, President and Chairman, Manipur Tourism Forum, Sri S. Joyrema Singh, former Secretary, MTF, Manipur Tourism Forum, Sri Harjit, Secretary, Manipur Tourism Forum, all the online participants on today's virtual anniversary function, print and electronic media persons, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great matter of pride for us today to celebrate the first anniversary of Imphal Peace Museum. I'm quite delighted to be amongst you all on this auspicious occasion. I, on behalf of the Department of Tourism and the Management Committee of this museum, express my sincere gratitude to the Nippon Foundation Japan for funding this project and also the Sasakawa Peace Foundation Japan for their support in making this project a successful venture. I also thank the Manipur Tourism Forum, its young and dynamic teams, for dedicating their efforts towards the development of this museum. The museum holds a strategic importance because of its location at the Red Hills, Maibam Nambol, where the great and one of the fiercest battle of the World War II took place. Today, this museum adds an important feeder to the Manipur tourism and people from different parts of the state, India and abroad start visiting this place. This museum is very unique and occupies an important place in pilgrimage destination. The artifacts, the relics, the chronicle of the events that are preserved and displayed here at this museum will be an important source of information for our future generation. They all form an important part of our history too. Today, the Imphal Peace Museum and the Imphal Peace Memorial together creates a living memory of the event that took place in this part of India. We are very much proud for this place. We all know that war brings about the great loss of human lives. The Battle of Imphal, which is regarded as the one of the greatest battles fought during the World War II, is no exemption to the miseries that war brings about. Today we have realized the miseries, pain, sorrow of war from this museum and motivate us to the path of peace, which the present world sought for. And therefore, it is very vital that we promote this museum as part of our history. Moreover, the location of the museum could also prove to be a pilgrimage site for all the relatives and the descendants of those brave soldiers who have sacrificed their lives. Today, we have learned a lesson from the Japanese date, remembering our forefathers, showing respect to their deeds is the bounden duty of today's young generation. In the highest term, what we have today and what we are today had all have been paved by our forefathers. Also, this development gives us a sense of reconciliation and peace today. Imphal witness a place where joint homages have been paid by the participants of the World War II. We would like to encourage such events and make this location a platform for reconciliation and peace. I believe increasing the current inventory of the artifacts, relics in the museum, updating them with new additions as we discover new items from the different parts of the state will increase the USP of this museum. It is one of its kind museum in this part of India as well. I congratulate the Manipur Tourism Forum for having accomplished a great feat in preserving our history. promotion of war remembrance and reconciliation tourism will form an important part of our tourism product. We will also encourage the stakeholders of the tourism industry in our state to help promote and market these new tourism products to the country and abroad. We would encourage our visitors to add this museum to their list of must-visit tourist destinations in the state. Lastly, I congratulate the Manipur Tourism Forum for accomplishing a great feat and wish the forum and the Imphal Peace Museum many successful in the years ahead. Thanks. Thank you all.
Thank you, Director Tourism, Sir W. A. Bahal Singh. Now we have an important address from Siri Yohei Sasakawa-san, the chairman of Nippon Foundation. The speech will be streamed live through our video interface. Yohei Sasakawa-san is the chairman of Nippon Foundation, the World Health Organization Goodwill Ambassador for Leprosy Elimination, and Japan's ambassador for the human rights of people affected by leprosy. His global fight against leprosy and its accompanying stigma and social discrimination is an issue to which he has remained highly committed for more than 40 years. He is a recipient of many international awards and honorary degree from various universities of the world. He is also the recipient of Gandhi Peace Prize for 2018. May I now request our technical team to please share the space. Thank you.
私は日本財団の会長の笹川洋平でございます。このを書いてくださり、それが正面玄関に飾られているということは、安倍首相にも写真を撮って報告をさせていただきました。大変喜んでいらっしゃいました。その後、日本財団では、多くの方々からインパールに関する資料を頂戴をしておりまして、すでに皆様方のお手元に届いていることと思いますが、かつて、ダバリ博士が会長を務められ、そして今はクリシュナ会長さんの下で、この平和資料館をさらに充実したものにしていこうという努力をなさっていることをお伺いし、大変嬉しく思っております。特にマニプール州と日本の関係をこれからさらに緊密な関係にしていくためには、この平和資料館の充実というものが大変重要であると思います。日本人の多くはインパールという言葉を よく知っております。この平和資料館が充実することによりまして、日本から近い将来、多くの観光客がマニプール州に行くことになることを期待しておりますと同時に、皆様方のご努力によって、インドと日本の関係がさらに充実するものになることを期待をいたしております。1周年、本当におめでとうございました。また近いうちに皆様方とお目にかかれることを楽しみにしております。
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another video message from Shuichi Ono-san, the president of Sasakawa Peace Foundation. Shuichi Ono-san is one of the considered as the largest philanthropic organization in Asia with assets of over a billion US dollar. His foundation works on a diverse range of issues, including international cooperation, ocean governance, and women's empowerment. He led the formation of the Asia Women Impact Fund, an initiative to invest up to $100 million from the foundation to pursue gender lens investments. Mr. Ono is a strong proponent of social enterprises with sustainable business models that are not overtly dependent on grants, and advocates that foundations should leverage the full spectrum of financial assets they manage toward impact. He speaks regularly about these issues at various global forums. Now I would like to request our technical team to stream the video message of Shuichi Ono-san, the president of Sasakawa Peace Foundation.
Good morning to Imphal and India. Good afternoon to Japan. My name is Shuichi Ono, the president of Sasakawa Peace Foundation. It is a great privilege for me to participate in this innovative way to commemorate the first anniversary of Imphal Peace Museum. But first of all, let me express my deepest sympathy and condolences to the people, families, and communities affected by the COVID-19. This global pandemic expanded so quickly to the entire globe, and we are now in the new era to live with the coronavirus and the fear of pandemics. I'm now recording this message for the first anniversary of Imphal Peace Museum alone in my office in Tokyo. Exactly a year ago, when we celebrated the inauguration of the museum, who would have thought that the first anniversary is held online? Over 80 Japanese people attended last year could not even imagine that no Japanese can dream of visiting Manipur this year. Instead of physically visiting the museum, the current situations give me the moment of reflection why Imphal Peace Museum is so significant to me, to you, and to so many people. Imphal Peace Museum, to me, is a symbol of the truly amazing people who dedicated their time, efforts, passions, expertise, and talents. I was blown away by their altruistic acts and selfless contributions to build the museum in such a short period of time. In February 2019, I welcomed the representation of the committee members in Japan. Mutua-san, Pradeep-san, and Rajeshwar-san, alongside with Dr. Dabali and Joy Remba-san. They quickly consolidated the ideas into the planning of the museum with support from Kazuki Oshiro-san, former director of Hayabaro Town Museum in Okinawa. We are very lucky to have the architect Suresh-san to give the soul to the museum. Suresh-san, as you know, was later received India's Best Design Award 2019 for Imphal Peace Museum. Congratulations! The Imphal Peace Museum keeps attracting the people and nourishing the friendships and talent. For the occasion of the 30th anniversary of Hayabaro Town Museum in November 2019, the Sasakawa Peace Foundation invited maestro of Manipur music, Mangan Sana-san, his daughter and son Manka-san, and Majin-san in Okinawa and Tokyo. Music collaboration between Manipur, Yaeyama, and Hayabaro has grown ever since because of Imphal Peace Museum and come into life in such a way that you will touch upon later part of this anniversary. Taking this opportunity, I'd like to convey my sincerest gratitude for Takitomi Island and Hayabaro Town of Okinawa. In the welcome note of the museum, Pradeep-san referred Brehit in dark time. In today's world, we are witnessing outcries, social divisions, and existing problems that are deepened by the coronavirus situation, which poses a serious threat to our society. Yes, it is a dark time. We do not see the end of this one yet. But at the same time, through Imphal Peace Museum, I see a silver lining for the future. I'm extremely happy to receive the news that Dr. Dabali was conferred the Order of Rising Sun, Gold and Silver rays from the Japanese government in this past April. I see so many faces behind this honor, the faces of the amazing individuals who made the dreams of India and Japan come true. So congratulations on Dr. Dabali and Imphal Peace Museum. I'm thrilled to take part of the journey with you all and able to celebrate here today for the first anniversary of the museum. Last but not least, let me thank Krishnan-san and Harjit-san of Manipur Tourist Forum for organizing such an impressive event. In concluding my remarks, I wish you all the best and hope all of you here gathered online to appreciate wonderful friendships that Imphal Peace Museum have brought to us. Though in the dark time, we are able to commemorate today the friendships, goodwill, and the solidarity we have developed each other's minds. I believe that such values will ultimately help contributing to a better Asia and the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. To inspire us and mark this occasion today, we have as our special guest today here a person who is not only an administrator, he has served many ranks in Manipur and central departments. He's an IAS officer, a Manipur Tripura cadre of 2004 batch. He was posted as Deputy Secretary in Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and was re-designated as Director from July 2018. To mark this solemn ceremonial event, there could not have been a more appropriate person than him to embellish, to enhance, to enlighten, to enrich the occasion. I'm absolutely delighted to present the special guest of today, the Commissioner Tourism, Sri Deves Devel, sir. Please, sir.
His Excellency Shri Satoshi Suzuki, Ambassador of Japan to India, His Excellency Sir Philip Barton, British High Commissioner Designate to India, Shri Yohei Sasakawa, Chairman Nippon Foundation, Shri Shuichi Ono, President Sasakawa Peace Foundation, Shri Ibuhal Singh, Director, Tourism Department, Government of Manipur, Dr. Dhabali Singh, Founder President, Manipur Tourism Forum, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning, and it's my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all of you, the few of us who are here physically in person, and the many participating online. It is a solemn occasion today when we have gathered to pay homage to the brave soldiers who laid down their lives for their countries. Just some recollection of the historical background. The spring of 1944 saw the British-led Allied forces and the Japanese forces facing each other in the valley of Imphal. It is estimated that more than 70,000 soldiers lost their lives both in the fighting and also due to hunger and disease. A loss of 70,000 lives, such human tragedy. And now when we look back, one wonders why. I mean, irrespective of whichever country they came from, they were all sons and brothers and husbands, and we really do feel sad for whatever happened at that point of time. Of course, the past cannot be undone, but we have to learn from it for the future. It is therefore fitting that when we pay our respects to the brave soldiers, we do not only recall the violent incidents that took place, but we do so as a sign of peace and reconciliation. I express my gratitude to Nippon Foundation for funding this project and to Manipur Tourism Forum for successfully implementing it. I was very interested to note that the project was initially conceptualized as Imphal War Museum, but then later on it was decided to rename it as Imphal Peace Museum. I think very rightfully so. Indian culture, friends, is deeply spiritual, and we are guided in our worldview with the moral principle, guiding principle of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which means the world is one family. So I think all of us here present share the same values of humanism, tolerance, and quest for truth. Today is an occasion for all of us to rededicate ourselves to work towards bringing and maintaining global peace. One of the highlights of the museum is a framed calligraphy depicting the word Heiwa, which is the Japanese term for peace. It was done by His Excellency the Prime Minister of Japan, Sri Shinzo Abe. Sir, we are deeply honored for blessing this museum. It's through the records and artifacts and chronicle and events that the future generations will come to learn of the past. The museum will prove to be a great source of information and knowledge to historians, researchers, and all alike. I'm happy that the museum is today completing 1 year of successful operation and will continue to attract increasing number of tourists and visitors in the years to come. As Secretary of Tourism of the state, I also take this opportunity to extend a warm welcome to all of you to visit the Imphal Peace Museum and also get a chance to see a beautiful state of Manipur. The beauty of Manipur, whether we talk of the natural or the cultural landscape, is simply breathtaking. Nestled in the middle is the Loktak Lake, a nearly 300 square kilometers freshwater lake which houses the world's only floating wildlife sanctuary. The surrounding lush green mountains comprise 90% of the area, and they abound in very distinct flora and fauna which is unique to this part of the world. There are undulating meadows, there are cascades and waterfalls, there's rivers and caves. It's a delight for an adventure tourist to really come and visit this place. The pristine landscape is only matched with the culture, the unique and the rich culture of this place. You will find an amazing variety of folk dances and classical dances, uh, handicrafts and handlooms, organic food and cuisine, you name it, and the place has it. So Manipur gave the world the game of polo, and it's also a delight to share with you that we still have the world's oldest and functional polo ground in the world, where we organize international women's polo tournament every January of the year. The major tourist events of the state are Sangai Festival in the month of November and Shiroi Lili in the month of May or April. So I request that you please visit the website of Manipur Tourism Department. You'll have all the details there. I can only say that the place is waiting to be discovered. So please find time and make your plans to visit this place. Imphal has an international airport and it is very well connected from Delhi also. Lastly, I would thank the organizers, the Manipur Tourism Forum, for this excellent efforts and also for giving me this opportunity to be part of this occasion today. And on my closing remarks, I'll say that as we are living in the challenging times of COVID, I just wish and I urge all of you to take good care and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. We have now an address from His Excellency Satoshi Suzuki, the Ambassador of Japan to India. His Excellency Satoshi, Satoshi Suzuki-san was also the head of the Foreign Policy Bureau of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Japan. His previous overseas positions include South Korea, United Kingdom, and Indonesia. His Excellency was also the Deputy Ministry of Foreign Policy, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Japan, Policy Planning, Policy Coordination, National Security Policy, United Nations and other international organizations, global issues such as cybersecurity, outer space, and terrorism were some of the key portfolios he has worked on. A postgraduate from the School of Advanced International Studies, Johns Hopkins University, Suzuki-san joined the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in 1984. He graduated from the Tokyo University of Foreign Studies. Suzuki-san served as Executive Assistant to the Chief Cabinet Secretary at the Prime Minister's Office during 2006 to 2008. From 2009 to 2014, he worked at the International Atomic Energy Agency as Special Assistant to the Director General. He held various senior positions such as Deputy Director General, European Affairs Bureau, Deputy Director General, Intelligence and Analysis Service, and Assistant Vice Minister for Crisis Management. May I now request our technical team to please share the address from His Excellency.
Shri Nonthabam Biren Singh, Honorable Chief Minister of Manipur, respected citizens of Imphal, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to extend my warm congratulations to everyone on the occasion of the first anniversary of the Imphal Peace Museum. I regret that the COVID-19 pandemic prevented me from joining you all in Imphal at this memorable occasion, but I am pleased to be part of this anniversary in the form of a virtual ceremony. At this special moment, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to the government of Manipur, Manipur Tourism Forum, Nippon Foundation, Sasakawa Peace Foundation, and all those who have contributed to the construction of this museum and preparation of the exhibition for their devotion and hard work. Even after the opening of the museum, they have been working earnestly for its maintenance and improvement. I'd like to thank them all for their efforts. I heard that since its opening, the museum received over 14,000 visitors. This would never have been possible without everyone's contributions. The Embassy of Japan in New Delhi remains committed to rendering support. I recall my first visit to Imphal in March this year. Besides the Peace Museum, I visited the Imphal War Cemetery and Indian Peace Memorial to offer my heartfelt prayers for the fallen souls. Then I paid a visit to the Imphal Peace Museum. Standing at the foot of Red Hill, once one of the fiercest battlegrounds, where so many precious lives were lost, I felt that there is no better place for us to reflect on the past and appreciate the peace that we enjoy today. At the museum, I was impressed by the contents of the exhibition, which focused on three distinct time frames: during the war, after the war, and the present. By colorfully presenting the past and present of Imphal, the museum passes down the history of the Battle of Imphal to the coming generations of the peoples of Japan, India, and Britain. The museum serves as a significant symbol of Japan-Manipur friendship. I truly believe that the museum will keep developing and playing its pivotal role of connecting the past, present, and future in the years to come. Before concluding, I'd like to share a piece of happy news with you. The government of Japan has conferred the Spring Decoration 2020 on Dr. Dabari Singh, the first president of Manipur Tourism Forum, who devoted considerable efforts in the run-up to the opening of the museum. Dr. Singh is decorated with the Order of the Rising Sun, Gold and Silver Rays for his contributions to promoting friendship between our two countries. I'd like to take this opportunity to offer my warmest congratulations to Dr. Singh. In concluding, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude again to distinguished guests and all the staff members of the museum. I renew my determination to strengthen the relationship between Japan and Manipur on this important day. I look forward to visiting Manipur again soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Now we have the release of our commemorative souvenir. The commemorative souvenir will be released today by Shri Devesh Deval, IAS Commissioner Tourism. He will be joined by Director Tourism, Sir W. Evol Singh, and our founder, President of Manipur Tourism Forum, Dr. Thangzam Dabali, and the present President, Mr. Krishnan. My pleasure. Should I? Thank you. Thank you, everyone. As everyone is aware, that the founder, President of Manipur Tourism Forum, Dr. T.H.W. Singh, was conferred the Order of the Rising Sun, Golden and Silver Ray of 2020 by the government of Japan. The Imphal Peace Museum would like to facilitate Dr. Thangzam Dabali Singh on his achievement. I will request the organizing committee to initiate the facilitation of Dr. W. Singh, and I would like to request Sir Devesh Doval, IAS, Commissioner Tourism, to please facilitate the founder president of Manipur Tourism Forum, Dr. W. Singh. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Now we have an address by the President of Manipur Tourism Forum, CDKH Krishnan Singh. I would like to request Mr. Krishnan Singh to please take the floor.
A, a very good morning to each and everyone who are physically present here and who are present on the technology platform from the site of Imphal Peace Museum. His Excellency Satoshi Suzuki, the Ambassador of Japan to India, Sri Deves Debal, IAS Commissioner Tourism, Sri Yohei Sasakawa-san, Chairman Nippon Foundation, who is joining live, Sri Suchi Ono-san, President the Sasakawa Peace Foundation, who is also joining live, Sri W. Evil Singh, MCS Director Tourism, Governor Manipur, Dr. Thangsam W. Singh, the Founder President and the Chairman Construction Committee of the Imphal Peace Museum, my colleague, President of Imphal Campaign Foundation, who is also Master of Ceremony of today's function, officials at the Nippon Foundation, the Sasakawa Peace Foundations, our beloved friends and friends from the media were joining this function live uh, in Tokyo, Okinawa, Delhi, and other parts of India. It is indeed true that today, the 22nd June, has been and will be an important day for the Imphal Peace Museum, as it was exactly a year ago that the Imphal Peace Museum was inaugurated amidst much fanfare with the presence of large Japanese delegate, apart from various other guests actually. The then Ambassador of Japan to India, His Excellency Kenji Hiramatsu-san, the British High Commissioner, His Excellency Dominic Asquith, Chairman of the Nippon Foundation, Mr. Yohei Sasakawa-san, and Minister of CF and PD, Mr. Karam Sam, were the main guests last year in the inauguration ceremony of the museum. This year, while we had planned to celebrate the first anniversary of the Imphal Peace Museum on a much larger scale with much fanfare, but the present circumstances of pandemic COVID-19 have restricted us to organize in the usual and traditional way, but at the same time has given us a unique opportunity to organize in a different yet significant way through webcasting and online presence. Friends, Manipur has been the only part of India, along with Kohima, to have witnessed the Second World War through Battle of Imphal and Battle of Kohima. The declaration of the Battle of Imphal and the Battle of Kohima as the greatest battle of Britain by the British War Museum has generated a new interest in Imphal and Kohima. While mentioning the World War II or the Battle of Imphal, the forum, along with the Imphal Campaign Foundation, saw an opportunity to develop the battle sites and the commemoration as a platform for reconciliation, a platform to promote and nurture peace. The Forum and the Second World War Campaign Foundation has been commemorating the Battle of Imphal starting from the 70th, and last year we commemorated the 75th commemoration of the Battle of Imphal. But this year, due to the COVID-19, we have organized the 76th in a very low scale. The commemoration has been pivotal in making Imphal as a place of international tourist destinations, a destination for reconciliation, a tourist space for peace and remembrance tourism. The visit of His Excellency, the then Ambassador of Japan to India, Takeshi Yagi, twice in Manipur and subsequent visit by the ministers from the embassy sought the seat for taking up certain activity which would be remarkable and give a signature to the over-flourishing relations. It sought the seat of the museum. Then, during the tenure of ex-ambassador of Japan to India, His Excellency Kenji Hiramatsu-san, the proposal of museum By that time, it was Imphal War Museum was conceptualized and prepared. It was somewhat submitted to Nippon Foundation for kind sponsorship for the museum, which was readily agreed. I would like to acknowledge here also the contribution of Department of Tourism on giving this land on a long-term lease. Thus, the process of construction of Imphal Peace Museum started and it was completed in the year 2019. During the process, there has been tremendous support and contribution from the Nippon Foundation and the Sasakawa Peace Foundation. And I would like to recall the immense contribution made by some of the committee members, which really shaped the museum as what we are seeing today. I would like to recall some of the names actually. We have our Tangzam Dabli, the founder, president, as a committee member, Joyremba, past secretary, KSH Bimola Devi, M. Lakshmi Kumar, IAS retired, Mutoha Baju, Sri Naurem Lokendra, Sri Pradeep Panjabam, Rama Lakshmi, the editor of print, and Sri Tangjaman Lavum, the assistant professor in Manipur University, and also Kazuki Oshiro, former director, Hayabaru Cultural Center, Okinawa, and Yumnam Rajesro, our president, Imphal Campaign Foundation, was one of the committee members. Friends, Imphal Peace Museum is a continuous journey, a journey of understanding, a journey of peace, a journey of collaboration between the Manipur and Japan. And still now, we are thankful to Nippon Foundation and Sasakawa Peace Foundation for the continuous support to make the Imphal Peace Museum more presentable in terms of displays, storytelling, archiving, and to ultimately make Imphal Peace Museum a learning center for younger generation and also for researchers and scholars alike. We are still awaiting vast and rare artifacts which has been donated by the Japanese people for the Imphal Peace Museum, which is at the Nippon Foundation. In continuation of the effort, there is a continuous exchange of people. A three-member team of Imphal Peace Museum Manipur of Manipur Tourism Forum was invited by the Sasakawa Peace Foundation, and they visited Tokyo and Okinawa from 9 February 2020 to 14 February 2020. This is just before the commencement of the COVID pandemic, actually. Learning experience from the visit actually further expands the horizons of Imphal Peace Museum. It would be an honor to name various people and organizations such as Heyabaru Town Museum, Hemeyori Peace Museum, Professor Anjai of Kyoto University, Mr. Nobio Tanaka, Chairman of the Sasakawa Peace Foundation, Professor Oro Tomatsu of the National Defense Academy, Mr. Roisei Kokubun, PhD President, National Defense Academy, for their support and keen interest to exchange organize various academic symposium which is related to peace and understanding. Friends, Imphal Peace Museum now stands as a symbol of peace, a symbol of cooperation between the country of Japan and Manipur. And it is true that Imphal Museum is truly an international tourist destination, and it has also become a member of an international network of museum for peace. As we celebrate the first anniversary of Imphal Peace Museum, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Sri Yohei Sasakawa-san, Chairman Nippon Foundation, Sri Suchi Ono, President Sasakawa Peace Foundation, His Excellency Kenji Hiramatsu, the earlier Ambassador of Japan to India, His Excellency Satoshi Suzuki, the Ambassador of Japan to India, all the officials at the Nippon Foundation, Sasakawa Peace Foundation, especially to name a few, Yui Nakamura-san, Ayuko Takahashi-san, Yusuke Ishikawa, Nippon Foundation, for making the dreams of making Imphal Peace Museum come true. Moreover, it would be wrong on my part if I forget to mention Mr. Kazuki Osoro, former director of Yabaru Town Museum, for the continuous guidance and hand-holding in making the Imphal Peace Museum. I would like also to thank Mr. Taira-san for her support and guidance to make Imphal Peace Museum better and more effective in terms of documentation and archiving. Imphal Peace Museum is the first museum of its kind in Manipur, devoting to the Second World War, life of Manipurs during and after the war, and art and cultures of Manipur. With the main theme of peace and unity in diversity, Imphal Peace Museum now opens new vistas of opportunity for further exchange of ideas, academic deliberation in peace amongst the international scholars. While we celebrate our first anniversary, I would like to extend our sincere wishes on behalf of the Imphal Peace Museum to the people of Okinawa for the annual Irai no Hi ceremony, which is to mark the 75th anniversary of Battle of Okinawa. Friends, today we will also be witnessing a unique international concert of peace after a short while from now, and I would like to extend my sincere thanks for the weeks of preparation, dedication, and I do believe that this will be remembered in the annals of history for the Imphal Peace Museum. I would like to extend my sincerest wishes to Takitomi Island, Habaru Town, and Laihui for the international concert, and also our past secretary, Mr. Joyamba, for his effort, which enabled to broadcast and coordinate entire thing today, actually. I extend my wishes to the Imphal Peace Museum to further the journey of understanding and peace. Long live Imphal Peace Museum. Thank you.
Thank you, President of Manipur Tourism Forum. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a a visual tour of our museum for our online friends, delegates, and well-wishers who are not able to present with us today. I would like to request our technical team to play the visual. Today, the 22nd of June 2020, also mark the 76th anniversary of the leaf of Imphal seas. On this day, 76 years ago, the road to Dimapur was opened, lifting the seas of Imphal from almost 3.5 years. To pay respect to all those soldiers and civilians who have died 76 years ago in Manipur, the Imphal Peace Museum laid a floral tribute today at the Indian Peace Museum just beside our museum. And we shall be sharing the footage of today's floral tribute. Over to technical team, please. Thank you. We have now an international concert for peace. To facilitate and manage the show, I would like to request the former secretary of Manipur Tourism Forum, Mr. Haubum Joyremba, to please come over the stage and take the floor. Please.
Thank you, Rajeshwar. Thank you very much. I think since we are dealing and engaging with Japan, we are on time, little before time, so as to say. All our participants from Japan and Imphal, they are ready for the live performance. Before we actually start, I would just like to give an outset of how difficult this program is. When you have a concert, when you have a song being presented, the coordination between the musicians, the singers, and the artists needs to be in perfect synchronization. Due to this pandemic, all of the musicians, the artists are separated by vast distances. It is through technology that we are trying to connect these people and to present the first international concert for peace. How developed we are in terms of technology, there is always a lag. In technological terms, we call this as latency. When I shout from here, a person standing around 100 meters, he will have around 1 second delay. Even if we use the best of technology, the highest speed of internet, still, if it goes even to the fiber, there's always a lag. So therefore, we have used the most sophisticated, modern method to minimize this lag and the latency, so that when someone is singing, the other person who is playing the music should be in perfect synchronous, what we call as tal, the metronome. But of course, technology is not in our hands at the moment. There may be some delay, and I would request everyone to kindly bear with us if there are any technical difficulties. Uh, we are collaborating with 2 islands of Japan and 1 from Imphal. The 2 islands from Japan, one is called Okinawa and the other one is called Takitomi. The island of Okinawa was quite alien to all of us till last year. But somehow, when the Sasakawa Peace Foundation proposed to the Manipur Tourism Forum and the management and the organizing committee, construction committee of the Imphal Peace Museum, they suggested that Okinawa is a perfect place for us to experience and learn about how a museum should be shaped up. Okinawa also suffered during the Second World War, just like Imphal and Manipur. So many casualties in Okinawa during the Second World War. Thousands were dead. And this year, it is the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Okinawa. And June 23rd, that is tomorrow, will be observed as an Okinawan Memorial Day, the day the Battle of Okinawa ended. The Battle of Okinawa was very fierce. Okinawa actually was an independent kingdom called the Ryukyu Kingdom for about 450 years until 1879. The cultural similarity, the food habits, the folk songs, it was so similar in nature that it was not only the museum that came into the picture, but the cultural ties that shaped up the entire thing and which has actually given heart and soul to the whole museum. The Takitomi Island is a very small island with around 200 number of households, with around 350 number of people living over there. It is a beautiful, preserved village and island, and the preservation efforts in this island is tremendous. Taketomi has a long and rich musical tradition, and villages perform them as a part of everyday lives, rituals, and festivals. Last year, as a part of the peace promotion, the Sasakawa Peace Foundation came up with the peace initiative of cultural collaboration and exchange, and Mangangsana-san and Manka-san, they visited Okinawa and Taketomi in November 2019. And the best part was all the villagers, they came together in the community hall and exchanged a number of traditional songs, the folk songs of Manipur and the folk songs of Taketomi. It was so similar, and that actually ignited the very foundation of the cultural affinity that Japan, and especially Okinawa and Taketomi, has with the Manipuri culture and the folk songs. And because of that, the first during the inauguration of the Imphal Peace Museum, a song was also presented in the evening program on inauguration day. Taketomi being a very far island from Tokyo, they have presented to us a song from this small island as a recorded song, and after that, we'll be having the live performance from Okinawa and Japan. I will request my technical team to kindly play the song from Taketomi Island. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a very small island of around 117 people, to be exact, and they have around 170 households and around 330 number of people staying in that island, and they have shot it this particular presented this song just for the first anniversary, especially for us. Now we are going to present the live performance from Imphal first, which will be followed by the live performance from Okinawa, from Tokyo, from Japan. And the last will be a collaborative live song from these two places. May I now introduce the Laihui team. I hope the technical team can pull in the Laihui team. They are live from Imphal. They are going to perform a song, a Manipuri folk song, a traditional Loikaba. On the pena will be Mayamlangbam Mangangsana, the artistic director. On the vocal will be Mangka Mayanglambam. On the pena will be Marjing Mayanglambam. The Laihui team is one of the oldest cultural organization who has been working hard to preserve the folk culture and especially the songs of Manipur. Mangka, the lead singer, has so many awards and accolades that she has acquired at this very young age. She has written a book. She is an approved B-High, and I think now she has been approved as A-High artist of the All India Radio. She has collaborated with the Portuguese, the Japanese, and the Hawaiian artists. She represented India in the Asia Pacific Broadcasting Union 2014. She was recently approved by the ICCR, by the Government of India. She was also awarded the Young Scholarship by the Ministry of Culture, Government of India. Now, I would request our sound engineer to kindly give the cue so that the artist from Laihui, Imphal, can present the folk song. Thank you.
One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four.
Mày nấu hai tang na sâm khó thằng vì vô đâu ngoài ang thang jing ki kang lei ron bu sâm la pa mati khar dang thau gal tam jere ki mà mồm lang lên mà cha thổi bi bi mà pu nai je han ba loi na re hai da ma yum ke mo rang lam tam karak pa phajai dai pa sing long sĩ ba na nung ngôi này số ra chính tin lâm na khunu na chính tin thân nam lê các chính khun lê lâm na lại mà nói chính là thân nam lê làm nên thông giáo yêu rừng lê hộ thông thang lại đi bên ấp lan trình làm nên thông giáo nên tu ôi này hồ lâm nên ngoài khô na gần và nào làm nên ít thải la lơ đi hồ la cái hoa cái tháp hồng nhau ra đi ipo tôi lại cái chum am lại nào cái hay đục đục ipa mo lang lam đam ming sige po
Ay, bebe sana hali bebe sana hal. Nan hai na puna dola gi sum hong lai na hai dok te na pa mo na na mien gi yar ga nei do sana hal.
여기 남자는 네 cây vườn làm trao nên đi mơ ngasi thôi bên đi ba mươi ang năm năm yên bên mang na shabu na tan sha na tu na tây thali bên chính yêu su lạc quân khóc đêm chính không dài ngâm bên chính đi hỏi đến thôi bị ai kia giết na chính hỏi nữa thôi lắm lệ kia phạm nói về
Dây đó sana hal. Shuna nga singin namin po na sila kayo.
Hasa pala na po.
Hasa na din ako sana hal. Like. Nga nung kanga na dyan ko isama mo. Hasa na ako sana hal.
Yang biêu tê sơn lòng lên lúc ta ngon đê họ đâu nè đi hi sẵn sẵn hụt nông nên nam đây lu li bê lòng chê cao đến sợ lu cho đi bê lòng ipu shuna ha ui chân nhìn làm lên thang chính châu đi chính đã sát mi chính sau lấy đang nó phá chiến đi thâu đu nung gọi mà thơm đào lấy đang nó trôi nè xin nghe nó trôi nè kiên mới đi thôi bi cuộc đi nó một lệ ta diễn bi yêu ta y phụ Kurumzari. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. That was the live performance from Lai Hui from Imphal. May I now request my technical team to bring up the artist from Hebaru, Okinawa. Just want to read out some few points about Hebaru. Hebaru is another very important place in Okinawa. It is one of the oldest and the most innovative and respected peace museum in Japan. It developed the display with engaging local people. They display about war, post-war, and also about art and culture. Oshiro Kazuki-san, the person who came down to Imphal many number of times, and our team from the Manipur Tourism Forum and the construction committee visited Okinawa and have learned about how the museum should be shaped up. We have learned, we have experienced, and after coming back, we put up this museum from the learnings that we have gained from Okinawa. I believe they are ready. So, may I welcome the artist from Hebaru, Okinawa, Japan, Mr. Kazuki Oshiro, who is the former director of Hebaru Town Museum, and Mr. Kazuhiro Shiroma and Shimon Muramatsu for the live performance. Thank you so much.
Ready, artist? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ita amma makaiga bebe no kusakaiga elu masakaya haru no wakamina Mura udun no kado nakai imichi no iroda no kai ikutai tatogaya ikai yotai tato hei yo nakurayo hei yo nakurayo aturu warabe mimi kusu hei yo nakurayo.
Thank you, Osiro-san. We miss you at the Imphal Peace Museum, Osiro-san. Thank you so much for your performance. Now we will be having the last presentation for today, which will be the collaborative song between the Manipuri folk song, and the Okinawa folk song. I request my engineers to please bring up all the screens together on one particular screen. May I now request the sound engineer to be ready to give the cue.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4.
Matahari Sundara Kanu Samayo Matahari Sundara Kanu Samayo Oh yeah, iya, so. Sa kimi wa no naka no ibara no hana ga sayuri kurete kaereba yare honi hiki tomeru matahari no sundara kanu shamayo matahari no sundara kanu shamayo
Singel magaparasu, layrang magaparasu, layrang manamawale, singel manamawale, ningol gicinglo ubada, nura gicinglo urubading ya ha, ya ha, 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 ya ha, ha.
Sa uresi hazukasi Okinawa na dete sayuri no siwa sirayuri yare hoti mamaranu matahari no sundara kanu shamayo matahari no Sundara Khanu Samayo. Iya so so. Sa tagusan turunara isayu izuki sayu yui hotari de kigare mo yare honi mizuni rasu matahari nu sundara khanu samayo matahari nu sundara khanu samayo. Say yes, say no.
Imphal よいところはおいで文化の花も豊かに咲き誇る
Matahari nu sundara khanu samayo matahari nu sundara khanu samayo. Iya so so. Sa Okinawa yui toko ichido yamensuri yui yui haru natsu aki foyu midori no shima yo matahari nu sundara khanu samayo matahari nu sundara khanu samayo. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, so so.
Konnichiwa,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think everything went so fine. They are in tune. They are in the perfect synchronization. I thank the Live team and the team in Hebaru, Oshiro-san. If you want to say something, you please come up. Oza, is there anything that you wish to say? Thank you so much. Thank you. And I would like to hand over the mic to Rajeshwar to carry forward this function. Thank you so much.
It's been such a experience for all of us, and
It was a marvelous display of technology, talent, and culture. Thank you very much. Before we end this program, I would like to request the present Secretary of Manipur Tourism Forum, Sri Harjit Sinam, to address the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Rajeshwar. His Excellency Mr. Satoshi Suzuki, the Ambassador of Japan to India, respected Sir Philip Barton, British High Commissioner, New Delhi, respected Sir Devas Debal, IS Commissioner, Tourism, Government of Manipur, respected Sir Waikomi Bohol Singh, Director, Tourism, Government of Manipur, respected Mr. Yohei Sasakawa-san, Chairman, Nippon Foundation, respected Mr. Suichi Ono, President, the Sasakawa Peace Foundation, respected Sir Dr. Dhabli Singh, our Founder President of Manipur Tourism Forum, respected Sri K.S. Christian Singh, President of Manipur Tourism Forum, our special invited guests, and my dear friends who have joined the function online, our friend from Prints and Media Electronics, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion. I, on behalf of Imphal Peace Museum, representing the Manipur Tourism Forum and the Second Molar Imphal Campaign Foundation, and the entire support staff of this event, would like to extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all who have joined and supported this memorable event. I would like to thank Mr. Satoshi Suzuki, Ambassador of Japan to India, and his colleague for the support and encouragement. I would like to thank Philip Barton, Sir Philip Barton, British High Commissioner, New Delhi. I would like to thank Sir Siri Deves Deval as Commissioner and Sir Siri Waikom Evol, Director Tourism and Department of Tourism for supporting us and providing land for construction of this museum. I would like to thank Mr. Yohei Sasakawa, the Chairman, Nippon Foundation, and the team of Nippon Foundation for their immense support and providing us the fund and resources to construct this museum. I would like to thank Mr. Suichi Ono, President, the Sasakawa Peace Foundation, for their support and contribution of intellectual knowledge and resources for this museum. As Imphal Peace Museums stand tall as a symbol of peace and reconciliation, many people have dedicated time and resources, but I would like to thank few of the people. I would like to thank Yui Nakamura and Miss Ayuko Takahashi of the Sasakawa Peace Foundation for their continuous role, support, and dedication. I would also like to thank Yohei Ishikawa of the Nippon Foundation, who has been giving us continuous support. The Imphal Peace Museum, as we have today, have a deep connection with the Hevario Cultural Center and Himaryu Peace Museum of Okinawa, Japan. So I would like to thank Mr. Kazuki Oshiro of Okinawa for his guidance and support during the inauguration of this museum. I would like to thank Mr. Shugiko Taira, the curator of Himaryu Cultural Center, for his guidance and support. I would like to thank Kago Nakira, the curator of Himaryu Peace Museum. Today, Imphal Peace Museum has become a part of the International Network of Museum of Peace. I would like to thank Professor Anjay, who has guided us to become a part of this network. I would like to thank our past secretary, Haubum Joyremba, and his engineering team for this excellent setup for today's function, which enabled us to webcast the function online. I would like to thank the team of the International Concert of Peace, Mangkameng Lembam and team from Imphal, Mr. Kazuki Oshiro and his team from Hebaryo Town, Okinawa, and Mr. Soichi Umaro and his team from Takitomi Island, Japan. I would like to thank our brothers from print and electronic media for their support and covering this event. I would also like to thank Nita Aramam, Deputy Commissioner, Bistumbur District, for providing us the permission to host this function during this COVID-19 pandemic. And last, not but the least, I would like to thank our team, our member of Manipur Tourism Forum, and our member of Second World War Imphal Campaign Foundation, and our staff of Imphal Peace Museum for making this event successful. Have a great day. Thank you. Long live Imphal Peace Museum.
Thank you very much. The program is closed for today.